Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be at the White House later today as new details of a proposed Gaza ceasefire are now starting to trickle out. The Associated Press is reporting that it includes a 60-day pause in fighting where Hamas would release 10 living and 18 dead hostages. Israeli troops would withdraw to a buffer zone along Gaza's borders with Israel as well as Egypt. The plan also calls for more aid to be brought in and distributed by the UN as well as the Palestinian Red Crescent Society too. And the deal would see Israel release an unknown number of Palestinian prisoners. NewsNation's Robert Sherman is live for us once again in Tel Aviv. Robert, I think everybody's thinking, what are the actual chances that both sides agree to this latest proposal?
Yeah, it's hard to see here, Markie, because while we know that Israel has opened up some indirect talks with Hamas, currently ongoing in Qatar, nothing conclusive has come out of them, with Israel saying the last set of demands that Hamas has made to that framework that you just showed right there are unacceptable. We've heard it here many times on the ground here that the devil with this deal is going to be in the details themselves, which is why tonight the focus is going to be on the White House. That is where the shift will be, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu set to meet with President Trump there. And on the docket of conversation, no surprises from what we've heard from the Israeli Prime Minister's office. Regional peace, Iran, the situation in Gaza. Our sources within the Prime Minister's office have told us that the Prime Minister is taking all of this very seriously. This is what he had to say upon his departure.
So far, we have freed 205 out of 255 hostages, including 148 alive. There are 20 living hostages remaining and 30 deceased. I am determined, we are determined, to bring them all back. We are also determined to ensure that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to Israel.
What you have seen throughout the weekend here, demonstrations taking place across Israel as hostage families demand the release of their loved ones. Again, estimated that there's 50 inside Gaza, about 20 or so being alive. The president has remained confident throughout this whole process here, believing that a deal is going to get done. And his hope is to parlay a ceasefire in Gaza into broader regional peace and the opening of diplomatic ties between other nations. But it's widely believed that all this begins and ends with an agreement in Gaza. Markie?
And Robert, this will also be the two world leaders' first time meeting face-to-face since the president helped broker that ceasefire between Iran and Israel. Is that deal still holding where you are, and how are folks on the ground feeling about it?
Well, it's a distinction to be made here, Markie, because while the ceasefire between Iran and Israel is holding, you're still seeing attacks being carried out by some of Iran's proxies in the region, which is why we have seen Israeli forces rather active over the last 24 hours, carrying out strikes on the Houthis in Yemen. But we also know that the Israelis have talked about some operations that they've carried out in southern Lebanon and Syria as well in order to target other proxies that Iran has. So it's still an active environment here in the Middle East, with Iran being viewed as that central force of unrest in the region. That is the other element of diplomatic talks that the president has spoken about in recent days, wanting to continue keeping the lines of communication open with Tehran, especially when it comes to brokering a long-term nuclear disarmament deal when it comes to Iranian negotiations there, which he still remains hopeful that one can come in the coming days and weeks here. Markie?
I imagine living in that region right now just feels like walking on eggshells every day in this time. Robert, Sherman, thank you so much. We'll check back in just a little bit.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.